Hey everyone, my name is Friendzoned and today I will take you through my track Good Guy that I just posted online. It's not gonna be like the usual Friendzone Producers episode. There's not much to talk about in this track, but I still wanted to do sort of a walkthrough to explain where it came from, how the idea arrived, etc. I know the whole bad guy vibe and meme has been over for like 3 months now, at least, but I still wanted to talk about how this track came about. So there's this guy called Garden Sound on YouTube, and he's a really interesting guy, also producing music. I will link his channel in the description because he's really good. Some really nice tips and tricks in his on his channel. And he once, I think it was 6 months ago or so, he proposed his viewers to create a track with him because he doesn't know how to sing, and he just wanted to unpack Billie Eilish's Bad Guy, and he then called for his subscribers' voices. So he just did the instrumental with the drums, the kicks, the snares, everything, the bass, the guitars, etc. He unpacked the whole track, but then he was asking people to sing for him. And this is what I tried to do today. So I got permission from Garden Sound, thank you so much to him, to post this video. I will link to his socials in the description, go check him out. So as I said, there's not much about sound design going on or interesting things in music production. There's just like the kick and drums over here in blue. There's the bass, of course. There's the guitar. And what's interesting though is how many channels are there? Like the 50 channels of voices throughout the song that I had to sing and record. So Billie Eilish's style is very much based on the sort of sound, like the type of sound that is produced in her tracks, I feel. So like when you set up your mic, you have to check the levels. So you check that the mic is loud enough so that you can hear something, but at the same time not too loud so that it doesn't clip. I feel like lots of Billie Eilish's style comes from the setting of the mic, of course her voice and her technique, etc. But the whole principle that I try to follow in this track is to set the mic gain very, very low. So I had to push the levels afterwards in post-production, but what this creates is a sort of almost like a whisper type of singing. So I wouldn't sing very loud, I would just sing very quietly and then push the levels in post-production in Ableton. So this is what I did. So for example, maybe let's have a listen to the first sort of whispering thing. You can already hear that it's not someone singing full throttle, completely over the top. It's very quiet, and then I adjusted the levels in Ableton to make it loud enough so that we could hear it. But that's a very interesting way of creating a certain type of singing or a certain timbre. So that's what I tried to do. I applied a bit of pitch correction, I believe, but very, very little, because I did the trick that I usually do when I sing. I recorded the same line at least 3 times. I think in every case it was 3 times. 1 pen to the right, 1 pen to the left, and 1 centered. And you can hear that already in this first line, the pitch is not perfect. I didn't apply any strong auto-tune, etc. I just corrected it very, very, very lightly. You can hear like the first note, I don't hit it correctly. But when it's like a choir singing together, like you don't hear the imperfections that much anymore. And this is what I did throughout the entire song. So like this is part 1 where I just sang the whispering thing. Then part 2 comes in.
I am the sweetest guy you'll ever meet. No, don't worry, the drink's on me.
And if I just play them one at a time, it will sound not so good.
I am the sweetest guy you'll ever...
You see, I mean, I'm not a good singer at all. So you can definitely hear at the beginning of each line that my attack isn't good, it's not perfect.
I am the sweetest guy. I am the sweetest guy.
But when you play them together,
I am the sweetest guy you'll ever meet.
So this is the whole principle behind the track, and that's why there's so many different lines throughout the entire track, because at this point here we have 3 layers for the high notes.
I help the old ladies across the street.
There's also the main here, the main body.
I help the old ladies across the street.
Support voices.
I help the old ladies across the street.
The middle voices.
I help the old ladies.
And then the bass.
I help the old ladies.
And if we play them all together,
I help the old ladies across the street.
it's like a full choir singing. And because there's so many voices, you don't hear the imperfections anymore. That's just how I created the track. I just tried to figure out what was the lines that Billie Eilish sang in her song, recorded them over and over again until I'm happy with the result, put everything together. It's not such a complicated trick. There's nothing crazy about this track. I just had a lot of fun doing it. And I wanted to thank Garnet Sound again for allowing me to use his instrumentals. I hope you still learned something cool or interesting, I don't know, in this video. And in any case, I'll see you soon for the next episode of Friendzone Producers.